My I'm going to try to explain my experiences, in Jehovah's Witness, being born and raised into it, uh, what I went through, and how uh, I'm going to try to explain why do not make an engraven image of heavens and earth. Why God commanded that to us in the Bible, in Exodus chapter 20. Uh, but it's funny because the Watchtower, when I grew up, I mean, my parents and everybody around, they used to kind of demonize and talk really bad about the cross. Every time they saw a church with a cross on it, they would they'd go, "Oh, look at they made engraven image, and that is so against the commandment." But when I grew up in the institution, by just watching the institution's publications of depiction of heaven and the dragon and paradise and what Jesus looked like, and when I entered into my teen years, I had a perfect picture of what heaven and Armageddon and the angels and the throne of God and everything. I had pictured, because after looking at those paintings and drawings for so long and their publications, that's how I perceived it. Jehovah. I'm going to share some of those pictures with you in a minute. And do you guys remember this book? Okay. In this book, I'll show you a few pictures that I grew up watching. And if this is not breaking the commandment of God, I don't know what is. See if I can get to it. Do you remember pictures like this? Hopefully you can see it. Do you remember these? What makes the Watchtower Institution different than the other idolatry religions? For example, the Catholic Church, where they have a picture of Mary, what Mary looks like. Do you remember this picture? This is John, I believe, seeing Christ. This is what I grew up. This stuff resonated in my head to where I'm going to show you some more stuff. Do you remember stuff like this? Remember this? The horsemen? I think they must be from Spain or something, because they're wearing some flag. Do you remember this? Excuse me. You remember this? Angel throwing fire into earth? My favorite one is, I'll show you. My favorite one is this one. This is Jehovah on his throne. Let me show you the headline. There you go. Excuse me. This is the magnificence of Jehovah's celestial throne. This is what it looks like. If this is not breaking the commandment of God, okay, I don't know what is. This is extremely against the commandment of God. The reason why God said do not make an engraven image is because God must reveal himself, not to be subjected to human imagination. He don't want to be subjected to our imagination, because you can't see him. God is spirit. Because the minute you do these things, what happens? You become an adulterer. You're a pagan. At least somebody saw the cross. And it's very simple, and it's what we do symbolic. By the way, do you remember this? The greatest man ever lived. It's about Jesus. Here's Jonah. Here's scientifically very bad combination of a fish and a man, because this type of fish is called shark. He doesn't swallow. He bites. So Jonah he wouldn't have been in one piece. That's not well thought of. I just wanted to share that with you. And you tell me, do you think the Watchtower Institution is similar to the ones that they condemn, which is like the the Catholic Church? What's the difference? Catholic Church paints Jesus. Catholic Church paints Mary. They're not as good as the Watchtower painting heaven and the throne. I think the Watchtower Institution is way overboard compared to any other religion or a cult. The Watchtower Institution is very happy in regards painting the picture of. So if you look at any Jehovah's Witness around you, after a long time watching these paintings, in their head they actually start to picture that this is what God looks like. If that's not idolatry, I don't know what is.